What's going on, everybody? This is Jeff with Living in Arizona, and today we are going to talk about the best places for young people to live in Phoenix metro area as of right now in 2020. So this has come about because, as you know, I have this channel, so people are always asking me questions, and when I really think about it, I find myself really dialing it into a couple places pretty consistently over and over and over again. And that made me think, I'm like, these are really my recommendations of what I think are the best places in Phoenix, Arizona. And, there's a lot of videos out there. Some people who live in other places make videos about Arizona. And, so they might live in New York City and make a video about best places to live in Arizona. But at the end of the day, those aren't people who actually live here. So when it comes to people who actually live here, you get a varying opinions. And in my opinion, being that I grew up here, I have an opinion, and I'm going to share that with you. You can get it from other people too. But this is what, when it comes down to it, this is my list of places. I think there's about 7 or 8 of these places that you guys can look. So if you got a piece of paper, pause the video, go get a piece of paper and a pen and write down these places, because you might not get these anywhere else. You may or may not. But we're going to use Google Maps, and I'm going to dial this in so you can see this is Phoenix Metro right here, okay? All right, so when it comes down to the most commonly recommended one that I usually pick, it's right here, Ahwatukee Foothills. Okay, you could see right here. This is Ahwatukee Foothills. It's right next to the I-10. If you go one town over, you come into Chandler, and then you keep going, you come into Gilbert. But why do I pick this place right here as the most commonly referenced place? Well, I'll tell you right now. You can see how close it is to the I-10. You can get to downtown Phoenix, Sky Harbor, all of that area right here really quickly. It's right next to Tempe. It's right next to Guadalupe, this whole area. It's right there next to the really nice town of Chandler. But the thing that I really like about it is the views that you get out here. And so you're right in the city. You're not going to pay a lot of money, but you're going to get really nice views. This is just an example of Ahwatukee. The thing that you might not like about it is all of the roads have been repaired with these tar cracks. If you can live with that and kind of grow to appreciate those tar cracks in the road, you'll like Ahwatukee. But in the summertime, it looks kind of hot out here because this is like moonscape. But this is South Mountain, lots of hiking up there. So it's really nice. It's right in the city, and it's not going to break the bank. So I always recommend Ahwatukee #1. If Ahwatukee doesn't work for you for whatever reason, just remember 202 I-10. I mean, it's right there in the heart of it. It's got desert living, and it's really nice. Okay, so the number 2 one that I find myself kind of referencing here recently is going to be off of Happy Valley Road. So this is a little bit more expensive, but this area right here that I really like is called Norterra. And if you go right over in here, it's next to this Phoenix Sonoran Preserve. It's pretty nice up here. If you get a chance, go check out Norterra. And there's a lot of communities just around Norterra too. But you can see, again, I really like these places that have these mountain backdrops. So whenever you can get a house where you can see mountains, that's always nice. See, there's some mountains right there in Norterra. It's a fairly new community, a little bit newer than Ahwatukee. It's a little bit further north, but I find myself commonly recommending Happy Valley, Norterra. This side of the I-17 is east of the I-17. If you go west of the I-17, there's some stuff over here. You have Hillcrest and whatnot. And if you go north, you come into places like Sonoran Foothills, La Solana, Amber Hills, and then Tramonto. And if you go a little bit further north, you can also go to Anthem. Anthem's a really nice place to live, but it's a little bit far away from, but it's really nice if you don't mind being far up the I-17, check out Anthem. But because Happy Valley is a lot closer, this is why I choose Norterra. It's like what Anthem's got, just a little bit closer to town, not so far out there. Okay, so there's 1 and 2. The next one that I always find myself talking about is Gilbert in terms of suburbs. So Ahwatukee Foothills and Norterra, Happy Valley, that's more of neighborhoods. Gilbert is an actual suburb. And so if you go into Gilbert, it's actually pretty reasonably priced compared to a lot of places. It is off the US 60 highway. And it's actually pretty nice. I mean, it's safe. It's hardy. They've got good education system, down to earth. The thing about this is if you like mountains, Gilbert doesn't really have any mountains until you start getting south and towards like the Santan Mountains over here. Okay, so check out Gilbert if this is something that if you want to, if you got a family and you want to raise kids right in the heart of a really nice community, Gilbert's going to be for you to really explore. It's a little bit more expensive than like Queen Creek, Santan Valley. Queen Creek and Santan Valley, actually, that's where I live, is in towards Queen Creek and Santan Valley. It's those two places are going to be like Gilbert, but it's still going to take time. So I still recommend Gilbert because it's centralized, and it's not too far away from things, and there's actually a freeway there. So there's also the 202 on that side there. The next place that, if you're looking to be on the west side of Phoenix, and you got to be on the west side of Phoenix for work or whatever, there's a community out there called Verrado. A lot of people like Verrado. Let's see if I can get you some information on Verrado. You could see right there. But if I go to the map and we pull out a little bit, we go all the way over here, and you come into Verrado. See, Verrado's at the base of the White Tank Mountains. It's definitely up and coming. It's it's hot out there. It's west side, but like I said in many of my other videos, I don't necessarily care for the west side of Phoenix because it's so far out there. It's hot. It's in the White Tanks, but it's nice for a west side community. This is pretty good, and this is like definitely one of the top communities on the west side that you will find. Another one that people really like on the west side towards the north is going to be Vistancia. So if you check out this area here called Vistancia, this is more of those people who want to be up in Peoria. So this is off the 303 the loop through 303. And if we just go into one of these communities again, it's at the base of these mountains. This is really nice. This kind of reminds me a lot of, I guess, Happy Valley because of the area it's in, Happy Valley. It's just a little bit further away from Happy Valley. If being closer to the city, but still being rural is a big thing, you're going to prefer Happy Valley, Tremonto, and those neighborhoods over there that I mentioned, Norterra. But if you want to be way out on the northwest side, then you're going to like Vistancia. It's a pretty nice area. It's a little bit more affordable too. So, but it's far as heck away from everything. I mean, truth be told. And that, again, that's why I always circle back to Ahwatukee, because of its proximity, its location. Now, if you have a little bit higher budget and you're able to do some things that allow you to spend more money, right? You know, there's this community right here, this neighborhood right here. It's called Arcadia. This is an old community. This is where the people with money live, where they raise their families. You're going to have places like, let's see if I can get you right on here, 56th Street. You can see it's way more established. It's older. It's at the base of the Camelback Mountain right here. So you got a nice old Camelback Mountain right here. And it's a pretty good place to raise a family. It's pretty safe. It's well manicured, and it's an older established community. So the trees and the vegetation are going to be more lush. And so whereas you won't get that in like Norterra, you won't get that necessarily in Ahwatukee. Another place that I've got on this list here is going to be a new up and coming town or neighborhood community that's really kind of making a name for itself. It's called Eastmark, and let's see, it's right next to the airport. So here's the airport right here. You can see this is actually out of date, but this whole area, this whole plot of land, they've cleared, and you got this freeway that they're getting ready to build right here. This is probably, I don't know when this was taken. Let's see if I can find out. It looks like this map was probably made, it says 2020, but I doubt it. This more looks like how Eastmark looked, I don't know, maybe 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago. But you can see there's a lot of construction going on here, and when this project's done, Eastmark Mesa is going to be a real doozy. And this is the one I keep talking about. That's called the what do they call it? The tech corridor. This area right here. So I mean, we've basically gone over a lot of them. There's one more if you want to do Southwest Phoenix. So we're going back over to the other side of Southwest, and this is called Estrella Mountain. Estrella Mountain Estates, Estrella Mountain out in Goodyear. It's basically right here. Let me see if I can get right up on it. Estrella Mount. There's Estrella Mountain Ranch right here. Yeah, so this is Estrella Mountain Ranch. It's south of the Gila River. You can see right here. Pretty nice area, but it's far enough away from everything to where you're going to get like peaceful serenity. It's kind of close to Buckeye, but the benefit between this and Buckeye is you're at the base of the Estrella Mountains. And Estrella Mountains are a really nice place. Let me see if I can get the little guy to go down here and show you guys just what it looks like to cruise around one of these neighborhoods. This is going to be more affordable because it's closer to that side of Phoenix that's less desirable, the southwest side. But it's still pretty nice. I mean, it's got its own pocket of beauty in its location, and it is pretty nice in Estrella Mountain Ranch. Okay, so you know, you guys were asking. So my number one is Ahwatukee. Okay, foothills. I do recommend that. I find myself recommending that more than anything. The next one is going to be North Phoenix, which is Norterra and you know, Tremonto, that Anthem area, Happy Valley, if you want to call it. Just remember Happy Valley Road, right? East of the I-17, not west of the I-17. Because west of the I-17, you're heading more towards the avenues and stuff. But anyway, so that one, so those two, Ahwatukee. And then there's actually a third one that, this is actually my number third one that I didn't even, I just looked it over, but I'm going to throw it in there. This might just be, this one could give all of them a run for their money, and this is it. It's called Desert Ridge. If you get a chance, if all these other ones failed, you're gonna hit a home run if you need to live in Phoenix and you need to live in Desert Ridge. It's right here. It's just remember Tatum Boulevard, north of the 101. You've got all of these communities along Tatum Boulevard that are really nice, and it's easy. It's easy to get into Phoenix. It's easy to get into town. They've got a nice marketplace here. This one here is called Desert Ridge. It's really a big one. They've got this nice little area over here, but these are places that are not going to break the bank. But I mean, there's great communities all over Scottsdale, but it's really expensive over there. So I don't recommend this because this is for young people who are on a budget. But if you didn't have a budget, you know, I would throw around places like Fountain Hills, North Scottsdale, Greyhawk, True North. I would also throw in Paradise Valley. But these are for people with budgets. If you wanted me to do the higher end communities, then I would throw those guys in there. But anyway, so thanks for watching and subscribing to this channel, and we'll see you guys on the next video.